It's a brother.
And a sister.
It's a brother and a sister.
Brother and a sister. Yo, brother. Yo, sister.
Yo, brother.
And we are back to a brother and a sister episode. I believe it's 7? 7.
What?
Yeah.
We've been doing this for 7 episodes?
7 episodes of love, appreciation,
Yeah.
and most importantly,
Spotify.
there we go.
Thank
Daddy
you so
Spotify.
much, Daddy Spotify, for
Oh,
loving
my
us.
days.
I saw you even wore the Daddy Spotify green today,
Mhm.
which in our culture
It was planned.
It was banned.
It was planned.
Oh, which in our culture is the ultimate show of respect.
Yes. To wear the same colors as like your malume.
Yeah.
So like so like if my like malume just so happens to be wearing red, I go to the Makayas and I'm also wearing red.
Yeah.
And it's like
You are the favorite child now.
okay.
You'll get the biggest piece of meat.
Noted.
I just am here to give cultural advice.
Appreciate you.
Mainly to you.
That's what the elders are for.
That's what elders are for.
Appreciate you, King. How was your week?
The week was fine, but I'm at this very strange point where you can see I went for an energy B12, B6, be yourself, behave drip today, because I got to the point where I started forgetting what certain words were on the radio. I was so tired.
Oh, sure, man.
And like the main job of a person on the radio is to remember words so that you can structure them into sentences and tell people those words.
Yeah, no. Radio is the one place you can't like fool people by being pretty.
So
You gotta have you have to be good with your
substance.
Words. Yeah, something.
So I was interviewing this wonderful and patient woman, and we were talking about the knock-on effects of certain things that happen in culture. And then I thought it would be very smart to talk about the domino effect. But of course, I couldn't remember what a domino was in English or in Sepedi.
Did you say? Oh.
So I had to describe to her what is a domino. So if I said to you, it's a small piece like a toy and it's got painting on it.
We're losing the game of 30 seconds immediately. I'd be mad at you. That's all you said.
It's a small, because if I couldn't remember domino, best believe I'm not remembering ceramic.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not there. It's a small sort of square, because rectangle also is gone. And it's got
You say sort of square.
I didn't say that because I knew then I'd be in more trouble.
If you didn't know what a rectangle, if you said sort of square, I'd be like, cut the interview. Just stop. Like, what are we doing here?
A small toy with painting on it. So I couldn't even say with numbers, numeric, because that's what a domino is.
Based on what you just said, the first thing would have come to my mind was Lego. That would have been the first.
But where's the painting on a Lego piece?
When you get the Lego pieces with the character Lego pieces.
Oh, like the face and the stuff.
That was the first thing that would have come to my mind.
I mean, I would respect that very much.
But you'd be very upset.
No, I wouldn't be upset. It would just take us another 20 minutes to figure out what domino is. And it also wasn't so important for me to say domino effect. I was just adding.
You want it to be spicy.
I wanted to be my same old self who remembers things.
When you wanna put extra flavor in the cooking, but you can't cook.
And then at the one point I was talking about border control and a very serious issue of human trafficking and smuggling people into the country.
Why is this funny?
Because it's not funny. That is a serious and important topic.
Very serious.
And I think I was speaking to one of the really higher ups of the border management agency. So this was a very important, kind of stern, serious situation. Almost a cop even. They're very important. Didn't your girl say, yes, you are absolutely correct. Thank you for your time. as we think about South Africa needing better breasts.
What were you trying to say?
Maybe borders?
Better breast from borders.
I don't know where that came from.
And what was his reaction? He was like, "Yeah, we do need better breasts in this country."
I'd
Or
already
was he
put the
like,
phone down because I think after I said that, I knew that there was nowhere I could go with that.
"Oh, it was over the phone."
Yeah.
Okay, at least.
So it was time for the news. I laughed.
Mhm.
I laughed because breasts. Okay, I laughed. And then I saw the newsreader laugh. And she laughed so hard, I had to give her at least 30 seconds to compose herself.
Mhm.
So I said some other nonsense and then I went to her. So that was my embarrassment.
Mhm.
It's a small toy with some paintings on it. And South Africa needs
Amen.
better breasts.
Amen. Those aren't too bad though. Those aren't too bad.
Really?
I thought you were gonna say you were speaking gibberish the whole. It's like you have a 3-hour show, 4-hour show.
Yeah.
Like every day. So
This
2
has
words.
never happened to me. This has never ever happened to me.
Oh, so you just wanted to flex how dope you are all the time. That's what you really wanted to do. This is
What's my award here today?
I conquered award.
Yeah, I conquer. I have never been to Conquer, but I conquer award 2022. Anyway, that was me embarrassing myself for some reason at work. It's not every day, please. I'm actually mostly very eloquent. Mara, today, South Africa needs better breasts. Over to you.
My most embarrassing. For me, you know what? It's never that like. And I swear I'm awesome, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm a dope character.
Okay, good.
And I'm capable of doing things until there's hot people around. Then as soon
You
as
mean people with better breasts?
yes, those ones. As soon as better breasted folk are around me, I just become inept. So
Sure.
and I literally I remember I was reading I was reading a script and it was like a like table read type reading
Yeah.
script. And like literally before the girl in question came in late, because originally it was just gents in the room. And then she came in
And
late.
you were cracking jokes. You were
Cracking
on
jokes,
fire.
I'm
I know
hilarious.
you.
You know when the director's like, "You, my guy.
Yeah.
Ah, you're the one. You're the one." As soon as the girl walked in, um, uh, t- the sorry, what's this word? That's your name. Ah. Then why is there a T? There's no T, Khabane. It's like, man, that that happened to me in high school. That happened to me probably in primary school. Every time. And also like the issue is like, why don't pretty people stop existing when you get into a relationship? That should just
What?
be a law. Like,
Help me understand what you've just said.
no, man. There's too many pretty people in South Africa. And they just are around unnecessarily, doing nothing but being pretty.
But then you don't see them when you're single.
When you're single, just looks like big toes everywhere, man.
You don't see them or you're not interested in coupling up.
Hey man, let's stop questioning me.
Because
Maybe-
I have that.
What do
When
you-
I'm not interested in coupling up, like the hottest of the hot will come say, hey. And I'll be like, why are you talking to me?
Mhm.
But when I'm interested in coupling up, when whatever that juju vuvu energy happens, I'm looking at petrol attendants. I'm looking under cars. I'm
Scraping that
searching the internet.
last bit of
I'm looking for the people
Grease.
who take, they take of course, I'm not going to remember the name. They take the thing off of the road and then go into the sewer.
the
Teenage
man,
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
the
I'm
manhole
looking.
cover.
There we go. I'm
Whatever
looking
it is.
there.
Okay. Dang. Dang, son. But yeah, no. So yeah, I guess we both had our embarrassing moments.
Yeah, I hope I don't have another one very soon.
You won't.
Because I
Also,
don't know how I'm gonna get back from just those two things.
you'll be fine. Plus,
I'll
it's,
remember for the rest of my life.
December holidays coming up. We're gonna be alright.
And we like to play the small toy with the painting on it. We've got that at home. Don't remember what it is.
Mhm.
Um,
So this week's topic
yeah.
is specifically about growing up an only child,
Mm.
because
We both did.
we both technically did. I have two sisters, and I've had majority of my childhood I did not spend with either.
Let's
of
explain
them.
this.
Mhm,
Khabane and I are not just relatives.
mhm.
We are brother and sister.
Hence the title.
In some of the podcast,
Mhm.
in some parts of society, we'd be called half brother and half sister.
Yes, there we go.
But according to our culture, which includes the green hat and the Spotify, we don't do things like that. We're another Mamui one.
Mhm,
This is my brother. Even if we had Papui one, this would be my brother.
mhm,
Now, my mom waited just before I started writing my prelims in matric
mhm.
and then popped this guy out. And so I was grown. I was 17. I'd gone through everything you can imagine as a teenager. I was a baby. I was finished. I was done. They could have sent me to university for 3 years. I was at that stage.
Yeah.
Khabane hadn't learned to walk yet because he was just born.
I wasn't like mentally something.
No.
Like I was
yeah.
I just.
I had to put it in there because I know what it sounds
No, because
like.
people are gonna. Yeah.
No. He learned to walk at a sufficiently right time to walk. But so that shows I grew up
Mhm,
completely as an only child.
mhm.
And then I moved out when I was about 23. But as a kid, going through primary school, we didn't go to school ever together. We were never like, oh no, those are my socks from my school. We didn't have that. You were an only child.
Yeah. Plus, also, like, you were in that grind era of your life when I was like on my infancy phase. So
Yeah.
yes, I saw you around, but like you were out going to radio shows and doing, like, you were getting your hustle on, and then
What you need to know is that also I partied a lot. And I can tell you that now because you're 23.
I wasn't trying to throw you under the bus.
No, I'm just telling you because you must be free with your life.
Okay, I'll try. But yeah, no. So generally, I guess the question is, how was your experience being pretty much an only child now with a sibling?
Yeah.
Mm.
So growing up, I was completely an only child.
Mhm.
Meaning to say, there's obviously no big sibling at the school who look out for me. There's no little sibling who, like, I have to go fetch to take them to aftercare. There was none of that at school.
Mhm.
Secondly, at home, you must just be happy in the holidays being at home. Like, you are at home,
Mhm.
you are fed. We spend time together as mama and daughter. Now, what more do you want?
But didn't you go out, like, as
I had
in?
friends, so we do sleepovers and play dates.
Okay.
Very rarely.
But
Mommy was very strict about that with me.
but like, I mean, like, in terms of sleepovers, do you mean like you could go to a friend's house and you go sleep over, or they're coming to sleep over by you?
No, I was allowed once or twice to sleep out.
Okay.
Is this hurting your feelings?
No, I'm just taking notes for mom for later, just to be like, oh, so it was different.
You weren't allowed to sleep out.
I was allowed to sleep out, but it was like with my white friends.
Ah.
Yeah. That was just the rules. Like, you can see that, like, with with the friends that look like me, it was like, and it's like, why? It's like, no reason.
So she didn't even articulate the reason.
Yeah, I know. But then eventually I just put two and two together that, like, literally the white friends I can go to sleep over.
Yeah, but how many white friends did you have?
One.
Exactly.
But
and how close were mommy and your friends' parents?
No, they were very close.
Thank you. To the point that they actually hung out and had lunch together. Like, you'd all hang out at the same house, including mom and them, your friends' moms. Like, they became family friends.
Yeah, okay, fair.
So what are you complaining about?
I guess I'm just complaining.
Okay. It's okay. You can.
Thank you.
Especially with me, you can. But there's a time limit. So yes, I went to sleep at friends' houses. I can only think of 2 or 3. And remember, I went to the school, a school where you start in grade 000 and you finish in matric. So those people, I've known them for all these years.
Okay.
And it was only like 2 or 3 that I went. But lots of people had parties, so I'd go to birthday parties. But then again, I didn't mind being alone. I was very happy being alone. I was my own best friend. I wrote in my journals. I would write poetry. I would write songs. I would write theater pieces for myself to perform one day. I'd also write like what I want to be one day. I read books. And I also had granny and grandpa. And they were very cool. They would like read to me. They would fantasize about life with me. They would tell me old school stories. So I had a really great time. I didn't mind being an only child. I wasn't longing for a sibling.
Oh, okay. Got you. But to be fair, you're saying the house was full at all times. Like there were other people in the house.
Yeah, there were several people I could go to.
Okay, got you.
Because I could go to auntie's house, I could go to granny and grandpa's house, or I could be with mom.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
That's why you're like this.
Like what?
Like you were old young because you were hanging out with elders at a young age. Do you get what I'm saying?
Of course.
Yeah. So, hey, for me, I feel like it was like really alone.
Alone.
Yeah. Because I was in the house by myself.
Yeah.
Chilling. Not in like a sad way. I also, like you said, I prefer to be alone.
Yeah.
I was drawing, making art. I remember when I was a kid, there was a show called Mr. Maker. And like,
I love Mr. Maker.
did they have it in the
Remember, I have since had a child.
the 30s, 40s, the 50s?
So is that this kind of day?
Sorry,
I just want to know what to prepare myself for.
My fault, OG. I meant to say, like Mr. Maker was the show that pretty much like kept me occupied a lot in terms of just being able to make stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'd make stuff at home and then like at school I'd go and show off the thing that I've made recently.
Adorable.
And luckily mom left me with a lot of arts and crafts things at the house when she was
even scissors.
All of.
Nice.
I was trustworthy. Except one time.
You were very trustworthy.
One time I nearly murdered myself accidentally.
Dying.
So there was an area where mom would put the extra papers. So when I finished with the papers over here and I needed to get more papers, I'd just go to that area.
Okay.
And I didn't see there was a window open at that area.
Oh my God.
So when I went to that section, I went to go get papers at the bottom. And as I came up, like I got my head there. I was like, it was sore, but it wasn't like that painful until like 5 minutes later, I'm starting to like draw and I keep like rubbing my head. And then now I'm seeing like, when did I have red paint? Like, why all why is all the paper so red now? And I was like, oh, this is not paint. And then I was like, I looked at myself and I was gushing blood.
No
like,
way.
It was so much blood. And that type of like, as a kid, when you hurt yourself, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo.
Oh, by the way, even when you're a grown up, when you hurt yourself, you're in trouble.
And now I don't have medical aid. So I know the first thing my mom was going to say, like if I break my leg now, it's, wow, one I had. And now who must deal with it? So I'm just like.
But wait, so you were a latchkey kid. So you could, after school, you would short enough distance to walk home.
Yeah.
And then you'd open for yourself and then get into these traumatic incidents.
But it's weird because as much as I was a latchkey kid, mom was very protective. So then I felt very like.
Everything was sorted in the home.
Yeah. So like you feel independence because you can be alone. But like after the plan that mom had is like, it's done. Like now you're like, I'm screwed. Like there was a time where once one of my transport drivers had, because I had a transport driver, even though I was
the red car.
No, I don't know.
You always smelled of BB.
That might have been another one.
Oh,
but
he always smelled of BB tobacco.
Crazy. I don't even remember that one. But the one that I was memorizing is, I lived like less than 5 minutes away from school, but the the transport. My mom still arranged the transport
Good.
driver because she wanted me to be safe and
Yeah.
everything. So I didn't walk. So there was one day where my transport driver didn't come to fetch me from school, and I was tripping, and I was terrified, and I was worried. And the one homie that also uses that same transport driver was like, "Let's just walk." And I was like, "You're a dead man. Do you know what's waiting out there for us if you walk? Do you know what perverts could be waiting for us?
Perverts!
Do you know how pretty we are? Come on,
Perverts
bro. We gotta
is a lot,
like
and
so.
yet true.
Yeah, so I was very like anti that. And then he was like, "Bro, then you're gonna be stuck here the rest of the day. We don't have phones. We don't have ways to contact our parents. This is walk home." I told him, "Bro, if you wanna go die, go die." And then he walked. Now it's getting late. It's getting like 8 o'clock at night.
No way.
So I'm just like, that's grinding. You know when you're the last kid for getting fetched from school?
Yes.
And then it's just like, no, man, I gotta just bite the bullet. I gotta walk. So firstly, I didn't walk. I sprinted the whole way back home.
Yeah.
And I like crying, just thinking, I'm
Yeah,
in trouble,
yeah.
whatever. And then later on, mom comes home and she's like, "What happened?" I'm telling her, I don't know. The transport driver didn't fetch me. She doesn't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Next day, we get called by the friend that takes the same transport as us.
Yes.
His mom called our mom,
Yeah.
and said, "Yo, did you hear the transport driver had a heart attack?" I was like, damn. I'm thinking we're gonna fire him. He's a piece of trash. He's a garbage human being.
Sure, that's sad.
Damn.
I'm not sure which part is the most sad, but all of it feels sad to me. I feel sad now.
Oh, that was supposed to be an inspiring story about how I overcome my fears of walking. But I mean, if you want to take it in that way.
I feel sad that you were at school for so long by yourself. I feel sad that you were scared of perverts, which is so correct. I feel sad that you ran home crying. I feel sad that this guy had a heart attack. Like,
hey man, perverts and heart attacks happen. Like we live, we survive. I'm a survivor.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
It's cool.
They left me at school once.
Oh, they forgot about you.
Yeah. And remember, I was an only child with many parents.
Grandpa, grandma, uncle, mom, auntie.
Yeah.
There's like 2 more that I'm forgetting to mention by name. And they were just like, yeah, the house seems fully.
And I was small. I think I was 3. I was small. And I remember in my mind thinking, oh, so this is how much you think of me. That you don't come to fetch me from school.
You don't have me.
Oh,
You don't rate me. You don't respect me.
Okay.
You don't even carve me.
And then it was an issue of everyone was at their house and everyone thought someone else was fetching me.
Yeah.
So mommy thought auntie was fetching me. Auntie thought grandma and grandpa were fetching me.
So it wasn't that they forgot you. It was just a lack of communication.
Yeah.
It was a communication issue. Okay.
Yeah.
Nah.
But I mean, if it's 6 o'clock and your child's not home, surely you're going to phone someone and go, hey, okay, Pabi.
That's actually, yeah. Nah.
I'm still angry about that to this day. Angry.
But I'm sure there'll be days where like you forget to fetch them now.
Fetch them?
Yeah, from things that they needed to do.
No. You don't experience my OCD nature. Every day, there's something that I need you to do in some way. Every day. Every day, meaning you have done this for many days. You know what the thing is. What am I going to do?
You're going to write it down.
I'm going to send you a text to remind you in 2 hours this thing happens. This is the time it comes out. Please bring a towel and cloths for the child. And every time, even though I know you know.
I know.
Why am I speaking like this? Is it because I was still angry, little mama?
I believe so.
Okay, I'm over it now. I'm finished.
Going back to the main topic though.
Yeah, I'm not angry anymore.
How do you think being an only child has shaped you? Has it like helped you? Has it made you worse? Are you cooler?
Has it made me worse?
Are you lamer?
I think the best thing about it is that I don't have an issue being alone. So if there's a movie playing and I want to see that movie, I'm going to buy myself a ticket and I'm going to go sit and watch that movie. I'm going to go to the theater. That's a bit harder, but I can do it. if I want a juicy cheeseburger, I'm gonna go to the juicy cheeseburger. I won't even phone my friends to say, hey, babe, I really want a juicy cheeseburger. I know you live across the road. Let's go to this place. I'm just gonna go.
Get your juicy cheeseburger.
She doesn't want it. Why Kimukala? I'm just gonna go.
Fair. So
there's that.
Mhm.
But I think on some level I have too much of that.
Okay.
Because I can be alone.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I not only do I agree with that, I worry about that sometimes
About what?
with you when you're alone for too long.
Really?
Because then I walk past your room.
Don't tell everyone that I talk to myself, please. Please stop there. This is a brother and a sister complimentary podcast. We love each other.
How many people are in Pabi's room right now? Damn, that sounds like a very interesting conversation. And I'll go in there and I'm like, where's your friends? Because you're having really interesting conversations. And it's like the political state of the country right now. Damn, that sounds deep. And then I'll go in and then it's like, oh, wow. It's just you again. Okay, King. We see you.
And I'm very interesting to myself, eh? Like, my gags are on fire.
You talk to yourself so much, it makes me talk to myself.
Do you think that's where it comes from? I think most people talk to themselves.
Yeah, no, I do.
And I think there's a stereotype and stigma where people say you are not well mentally if you talk to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a therapist once who I said, listen, I'm talking to myself a lot. Do I need medication?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, the only way that it's a problem is if you start answering yourself back.
What?
So you can talk to yourself all you like. It's fine. We probably all do it. But once you start answering yourself, and come back and let's look at your brain under a thermoscopic.
What if you tell yourself jokes and then you laugh at the jokes because you didn't see the joke
coming? I
coming?
think that's normal.
What if you play chess with yourself?
With those small plastic things that have paint on them.
Have you ever played a board game by yourself and lost?
No.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's never happened to me.
How has being an only child? But also, what was the experience? Because you were born into a world where you had a sister. I was born into the world where I was the first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Firstly, our relationship is like it's like you're a second mom more so than a sister. Yes, you are my sister, but
yes,
it's always been a thing of like the way in which that 17-year age gap has really affected the way in which, like, if we were born the same time, I wouldn't ask for your permission unless I'm literally taking something from you or borrowing something.
Oh, that's so interesting.
But the way how I looked at you was like another authority figure in the house, so it wasn't necessarily my big sister or whatever. It was just like the other mom. I
told people I was your cool aunt. Taking you places, introducing you to new music.
See, actually, that is very true though, because like it's not very often that, because a lot of the time your brother is the same age as you, so he can't really put you on or like introduce you to like new or bigger things like that you would have never experienced on your, like, because you guys are literally on the same level. So there's always been a thing of like, you've given me all access to things that sometimes I think I shouldn't have even experienced. Not in like they were bad, just like in like there's not a lot of little black boys that can say, I've experienced this. I've gone backstage at this place and I met this person, and like that's not a normal thing to say.
Did I give you black boy joy?
Let's keep it moving.
You didn't have black boy joy.
I have black boy joy. You definitely did give me black boy joy. I don't know why black boy joy sounds weird. It's just that's the only reason I don't want to say it. Black boy joy just sounds odd.
Jita joy.
Nigga joy.
Okay.
Coming to a city near you. There you go.
I love that. I love that for us. I didn't really wish for a sibling in that way, but I did at some point wish for someone who'd walked before me who could go, hey, listen, stop talking to those boys. Or, hey, listen, if you do this, it's actually going to take up a lot of your life and you shouldn't. Just that kind of thing. Mom was very good at that with me. And Auntie was almost like, some of the things Auntie said, she could have been arrested for. Like, Auntie said things that were real. Yeah, like and you go, okay, I am 7 years old right now. I don't know if I need to know about that kind of thing, but now I know.
And thank you.
And the things that I've never done as a result.
Yeah. You see, that's the one thing when like you're with too many adults, is that you feel like you've lived because you've heard all these stories. You've heard the consequences of all the stories. So then you're like, I know how that story ends. Instead of just exploring for yourself and fucking around and finding out.
So do you think you had like a childhood because of that? You were a kid.
Yeah, I did definitely have a childhood. For sure. And then also the thing is, like, I started purposely getting fetched late from school to hang out with the other kids at school.
You see, that's smart.
I always had the other kids.
If Mom could fetch me an hour earlier, I'd be so happy. Because I want to go home.
I think that's the thing. The difference between you and I is that I've always kind of rolled in a pack.
Yes.
Yeah, I've always had big packs in my life, so it is different because I don't know if I could handle being alone for such a long time.
Wow.
Because yeah,
you're more social than me.
I don't know if that's true.
Okay.
But okay.
But I do think so. I think you walk into a room and you have more of an ability to smile and get people to like you, and you chat and you shaking everyone's hands, and then you have one thing in common with them, and then now you're friends, you're exchanging Instagrams. You're like that. I will sit in the corner and be nervous, and then one person will come talk to me, and it'll be the waiter, and then I'll order my drink and I will sip it in the corner. I don't know if like I've picked that up or if that's a personality trait, but I find that when I go out with you, I have a much better experience because I will actually have the experience of the day.
I think for me, I could say like being alone so much helps me. Like I don't like groups. I like other people's groups. I like meeting people as individuals first. So if I know each of the individuals first and then we do a group event, that's dope. But if I have to meet everyone in a group, I get so annoyed by that.
That's very complicated.
Because I like knowing people on a personal level, because being the only child, I always wanted to like fan out about a thing. And then after I learn about a thing and fan out about it, immediately I want to share this fanning out with one person.
So you don't like, are you good, great, better, best with small talk?
I'm okay with small talk.
Yeah.
But I want to get into the nitty gritty. I want to get into like, what do you enjoy? What are the nuances of life that you live for?
We're much more similar. We're much more similar.
That's why I was like,
yeah.
I'm okay with group settings.
Yeah.
But I'd prefer to rather meet people.
Like I've met people and then we smile and then we sit on the couch and then immediately we're like, so how's your relationship with your mom?
Yeah.
That's me. I'll sit down with someone and I always meet that man or woman who does the same thing.
God, you.
We'll sit down and we'll go,
where's your father?
Yeah.
Ish.
What kind of personality did you have at school and do you still have it? What did you learn? That time people are talking about the latest songs. I can't.
No, what is your love language?
Yes, what is your love language?
And what traumatic experience
do you think
you had to go through?
Those are my favorite types of questions. I love that.
What is your love language?
So I think it's two. It's acts of service and words of affirmation.
Dang.
What are yours?
We're almost too similar. Mine is words of affirmation and quality time.
Really?
Yeah, nah. You don't have to even talk
or
like
just
like
spend time.
You just just hang out, sit over there
Yeah.
and read a book.
And you can sit over
and
here.
I'll sit over here and I'll, think about the book that you're reading.
That's very cute.
Yeah.
How well do you think you know me?
How well do I think I know you?
That is what I asked.
I guess we'll find out.
Are you going to do it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Introduce it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the segment of the show where Pabi and Khabane play a game that they just made up. And for this week, our game is called Who is Your Sibling?
Who is it?
Where we ask each other 10 questions, hoping that the other sibling will obviously know the answers to. And whoever gets the most points at the end of the series of questions wins. So yeah.
What do we win?
You win love and affection, and probably if I win, I win a ride home.
Makes sense to me. Let's play.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do it.
Question 1.
Yep.
Where was the first place I ever did stand up?
That is a phenomenal question. I know all the details around it, but I don't think I know the venue. Mom took you.
Yes.
Your boys were with you.
Indeed.
And mom brought you home.
Correct.
And your boys were laughing at is this stand up?
Yeah, it was a terrible experience.
Was it in Brahm?
No.
How do I don't know? I don't know.
Issue.
I don't know.
See?
I would think Kitchener's.
Okay. I guess location-wise, they could be similar
Yeah,
direction,
so
but they're
it's in
not.
that-
But it's not in Bram.
Not.
It's very not in Bram.
Sure, I'm out. I don't know.
Dang. Do you want me to say?
Yeah.
The first place I ever did stand up was Melville, Goliath and Goliath.
Wow, the club there.
The club, just before it closed down.
And I just want to say it's very close to Kitchener's.
Okay. Issue.
Okay, I've got one. What movie always makes me cry?
I can tell you a movie that I've seen you cry at.
Yeah.
Boys Don't Cry.
Okay.
Always makes you cry. How often do you watch this movie?
I can't get past the first minute and a half. As soon as it starts, I'm already crying.
Did you watch the movie this year?
I watched it with you when you were small. We had the DVD. And then I think I tried to watch it this year as well. Immediately, like waterworks. I can give you clues.
Please give me a clue. It's animated, no?
Yes.
It's not The Lion King.
Mm-mm.
It's
You know it.
I feel like it's The Prince of Egypt.
No.
No.
I love that movie a lot.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, why would I cry? I know they're going to
can't-
make it. I read the Bible. It's fine.
Spoilers. It's just spoilers in case you haven't.
Sorry, in case you don't know.
In case you haven't gotten to that.
But
chapter.
in Exodus, they make it through. Everything's going to be okay.
You cry every time.
I can't watch that movie. I can't tell you what that movie is about because the first few scenes, something happens and I can't emotionally, spiritually, I can't take
I'm gonna
it.
kick myself for not knowing this. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
That's deep. And you know, the thing is, you do know. And yeah, but you just don't know now.
Wait.
Yeah, you know. I know you know.
Is it Coco?
Okay, no.
Never mind. Okay.
Brother Bear.
Oh, dang. I wouldn't have gotten it.
Really?
But I should have gotten it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have gotten it.
The first time you put Brother Bear on, we watched, I don't even know what happens. But one sad thing happens in the first 30 seconds. And I'm like, I'm out.
There's a brother and there's a bear.
Yeah.
Everybody dies.
And no, not for me.
Okay.
I can't do it. So, Melville. I'll never forget now.
Okay, so we both failed at number 1.
I didn't fail. I just got it wrong.
Okay. Yeah, no? Okay. Name me any of my school teachers' name. Any.
Mr. Van Vieren. Mrs. Hodgkins.
I think that's your teacher.
I know one of your teachers. Who is your maths teacher?
nigga.
No, and you're like she was a drama teacher.
Yes.
Like she wore
Oh
scarves.
yeah. By the way, you'll
and-
get extra points if you can name me the subject.
Well, the subject.
Yeah.
From high school.
Any.
Because I remember Miss Langalavu
Oh shit. Man.
from primary school.
Okay, that.
And I don't know if she taught you Zulu. Maybe she did.
She did teach me Zulu.
Yeah,
She taught me-
Langalavu.
But you know that's actually a bit unfair because the only
Zangalavu.
black teacher that you could remember. Of course, they taught me
No,
Zulu.
I'll tell you why. Because I had an event at like one of these hoity-toity schools, and she ran up to me, and she wasn't saying, "Hey, Pabi," she was saying, "Hey, Khabane's sister,"
Mhm.
and we had a fat chat about you and where you are in life, and da 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 da. And I was like, "Thank you for your time,
If it was
Miss Langalavu."
If it was my Zulu teacher, she was probably telling you how not far in life I am.
No.
No, it's fine.
You're so lovable. Like, even if you get things
Even if I'm bringing down the class average.
like you told me that in high school, teachers would like park during break so that they could have chats with you.
Yeah, true.
So I remembered Miss Langalavu. Yo, I'm going to win a prize. Amen.
Mhm.
When we were going to look at high schools, we looked at a few high schools for you.
Yes.
And we even looked at my old high school.
Mm.
And before you found your high school, there was like a prestigious high school that we went to see. I don't even think I was there, but I know mommy and you went.
Mhm.
Like one of these prestigious,
Like
like,
the
the
top
hoity-toity schools, right? And almost as soon as you walked in, they said something to you, and you and mom both looked at each other and were like, "This is not our home." What did they say to you?
I'm trying to think because it happened that there were two schools that something happened
Okay.
where they said you have to cut your hair.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh, that's those braids? You're going to have to cut them off
Yeah, by
like
the way,
that.
this is not the original Khabane aesthetic. I used to have very long hair,
Yeah.
had braids. I'm actually not used to having short hair.
And I'm not really used to having long hair. It's a very strange space we're in. And then what did the other school say to you guys?
No, the other school also said you need to cut your
I
hair.
knew
But
it.
they didn't make it sound like it's gonna be an issue having long hair. They were just like, there was like homophobic undertones with it. And you know what? That school is like under a lot of controversy to this.
Really?
Like today. So I'm really happy I didn't go to that
I'm
school.
happy you
Shout
didn't
out
go
that
to
school.
either of those schools.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's your
Okay,
turn.
it's my turn. Okay. So I think we both have 1 point.
I'm not keeping score.
Oh,
I
damn.
think so.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry, as you know, today I cannot keep more than two thoughts in
That's
my
cool.
head at the same time.
What are all three of the extracurricular activities I did in
Basketball at school.
Mhm.
You did basketball. The first year you tried everything. So you tried soccer, you tried rugby, and I was like, rugby. And then I think you may have even tried tennis. Maybe that was in primary school.
Oh yeah, I did do tennis.
But you definitely played basketball. You didn't play soccer. It's in your stand-up. You didn't play soccer. Was there an art club?
No. The other was, but I didn't do it.
You didn't do art.
Yeah.
You did another one so you could be with your friends. I know that. Is that basketball?
No. There's another one.
What did you do so you could be with your friends?
I'm saying all the extracurricular activities, there's three that I actually followed through that I did in primary school.
I know for sure there's basketball.
Shapa?
And I know for sure you didn't play soccer.
Yeah, I definitely didn't.
And I know for sure there's this other one where you played so that you could be with your friends. But what sport was it?
So in primary school there was one.
You played tennis in primary school, and you were on the soccer team. I remember coming to watch
I'll give you a clue. I was captain.
Of?
That thing that I did.
Oh, chess! Of course,
cool.
Chess!
And then the third one?
Didn't I say them all?
You said basketball and you got chess. And then the one that I used to hang out with my other homies.
Oh, detention.
You know, I want to give it to you just because that is low-key a perfect answer. You know what? Actually, I'll give it to you.
Thank you very much.
I
know you very well.
It was dance. I did dance.
Man.
I was in a hip-hop dance crew called Black Limit. before.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You guys performed at like an end of year that I came to.
Yeah, but like, so I was
And I realized I was the same. You were grade 10 or 11.
probably 10.
You were older.
Yeah.
I was the same age as all the mothers of the grade 10s. I was
Crazy,
like,
man.
wow, this is an experience. Okay, so it wasn't detention. It was dance. You were in a group called the Movement of Man.
Moving niggas. We do what we do.
We are men and we move.
But yeah, no, I was terrible at it. But it was
I
to
can't
just hang out with the
imagine you
homies.
being terrible at it.
It was because learning choreography was always just a weird thing for me.
Okay.
Like dancing is fun, but learning choreography is a bit. That's why I could never be a Justin Bieber backup dancer.
No, you could be. Those are limiting beliefs. Mamela, do you remember the one time we had an end of year party at one of the shows that I did? And you insisted that you wanted to wear a white suit with tails and a top hat.
Yeah.
So do you remember that?
I do remember that.
And then at the end, they were playing Michael Jackson. And you went ham. You were like doing all the moves. You did the move.
I look like Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street.
You were incredible, and you were small. I think you were like 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
But we had to get him a top hat and a suit with tails.
Swag.
And I think you also demanded a bow tie.
Swag.
So we got it for you because you must also be happy in your life.
I thought that was gonna be your next question. Like, what is the name of the show that I was?
No, those are easy. 1 year for my birthday, you made me something. Now, yesterday when we were talking about this, you guessed, but it was not what I'm looking for here. You have made me that, and I still have that.
I've made you a comic book.
Yeah, you made me a series of comic books.
Yeah.
Like with a storyline, a main character, events, and it's not just the words, it's drawn. It's like, it's epic. I'm ready to sell it on Amazon when he is the most famous artist.
Oh, I know.
What?
I made you shoes.
Yes!
I made you shoes. Yeah.
Yes, you made me colorful shoes.
I designed some shoes for you, and then I made yeah. Dang, you're the archives, baby. I didn't think I was gonna get that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I love those shoes.
Okay.
I love them so much.
Okay.
Okay.
I think last 2 each.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, last 2 each. What was my rap name in high school? And I want you to name one of the songs too. No,
I know one of the songs because I've heard it.
No, don't actually name one of the songs.
Yeah.
So ashamed. I'm very ashamed.
Are you ashamed?
Yeah,
I really like that song.
I think every young black boy needs to have a SoundCloud era in their life.
I don't remember your rap.
That's
I remember that you were always. Now, I mustn't get confused because one has a specific nickname and yours is similar. Something like Swag or Slick.
Yeah.
King Slick.
Yo, I didn't think you'd get it actually.
I pay attention.
King Slick. You know, I've been trying to, on my other phone, I've been trying to change because I saved my name as Slick on the phone.
What do you mean on the phone?
So, you know, when someone calls you,
Yeah.
it like caller ID. When I call people, it
Oh.
says Slick. Instead of Khabane, it says Slick.
How is that in your control?
I don't know. But it's very embarrassing.
So Slick has been calling people.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so it's my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Is it 2 each or 1 each?
2 each.
2 each. I don't want to ask this question because then people will know. And I feel like I'm very paranoid they're going to do this thing to me just because they know.
I already know.
What?
Balloons.
Yeah, and the other one. It's one of my biggest fears. So, but you can't say it because someone is listening with an evil heart. All right. What does mom say in an emergency before starting to assist with the emergency?
Ooh. Hello. Or Khabane.
Yeah.
It's
There has to be an ooh, ah,
okay.
and then we can start putting the fire
She
out.
has to sing a little bit.
Exactly. All right. I'm ready with my last one.
Okay, my the last one on my side is, where was my first national television debut?
As far as I can think, There've been 3,
Okay.
if I think correctly.
Mhm.
Because one was the awards,
Okay.
one was this NDA one that we can't talk about, and then the one was your first. And I'm trying to think if your first was part of the awards. And I can't figure it out.
I don't think you're gonna get it.
Was there something before that?
Wavy.
Way before?
Wavy.
Hang on, what is the question?
When was my first national TV debut? When was the first time I was on TV? Pretty
Oh,
much.
but so you're not saying comedy?
No.
So it was
when
KTV. You came to work with me on KTV.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't think you were gonna get
Did
it.
I get it right?
Yeah, 100%.
I thought you were saying comedy.
No.
And that's what I was trying to, that was the puzzle that I was puzzlation.
No.
Yeah, you came to Kids TV.
I think you got 2 questions wrong. So you did really well.
Thank you so
You did
much,
exceptionally
Fabs.
well. Proud of you, dog.
My last question to you is, in which grade were you in when you realized that I didn't do pure maths until matric?
I was in matric. Bro, do you know how betrayed I felt when I was like stressing my ass off thinking that you did pure maths?
Yeah.
And I was trying to do pure maths in grade 10 and I
Yeah.
pushed to grade 11. And then only in matric I find out, nah, Pabi didn't do pure maths.
Yeah. How did you find out? I think my matric certificate was out somewhere in the house.
And I just wanted to I felt betrayed. I was hurt.
But I'm glad you did it like that, because I only dropped down from pure maths also end of grade 11.
I did.
So I had a lot of pressure, sleepless nights, but I knew the level of work. We didn't have, what do you guys have? Maths sort of, what is it called?
Maths lit.
Yeah, we didn't have that. We had still pure maths, but standard grade.
Dang.
Yeah.
Now we keep it lit on this side.
I loved it.
And anybody that does pure maths,
we're not judging.
fuck you. Why the hell do you need to know why a triangle is?
Swearing at our
No,
people.
why do you need to know that a triangle feels like how a triangle feels with like the triangles? What's isosceles and scalene?
Isosceles.
What is that?
Scalene. Those
So-
sound like illnesses.
You see what I'm saying? Why is there illness in maths? Explain yourself. Makes no sense. Anyway,
Yes, I hated it. I hated it every day that we did it.
ladies and gentlemen, that was a brother and a sister podcast.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, but we get to hang out with each other after
After
this
the
as
show,
well. So
yeah.
we're very lucky.
I think we actually go over that.
Really?
Might be.
It's all
But
the talk about your culture and your cap.
But at the end of the day, that's Spotify's time.
And we appreciate Spotify's time.
Thank you so much for the time.
Sharing that time with us, making it our time.
We love you, Daddy Spotify. And most importantly, we love our viewers. So if the first 2 episodes, no? Actually, no, I'll say that for later. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning in to watch us. This is episode 7 of It's a Brother and a Sister podcast.
Whenever you are about to say something and then you don't say it, that's all I can think of for the rest of the day. So you'll have to tell me as soon as we wrap
Perhaps
the podcast.
Vanessa. Okay.
No, I don't have another day. I'm going to have panic.
Wait, what is it called? That what is that white thing with the...
If you think about a white toy and it's got painting on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Pabi Muloy.
And this is Khabane Moloi.
And this is a brother.
It's a brother and a sister podcast. Only an exclusive to Spotify.
Bye.
Bye.